Man, y'all folks ain't watching the money trail, and the money trail falling straight into all them Democrats' parties and pockets, man. In 2019, Eli Umar wasn't worth motherfucking $30,000 and had probably $40,000, $50,000 in debt. And then a couple years later, she married a motherfucking white man named Tim. And then you folks got to follow the money. A long-time Democratic of who worked for a top party figure before jumping into private ventures with the now husband, Representative Eli Omar. Tim Madness is back in the spotlight of a swirl of allegation resurfacing in Congress investigation Omar's skyrocketed net worth versus her husband's companies. You got to get down to the nitty gritty to see that them folks all in Minnesota knew what was going on with William Haler and Maddow, who met working for now Minnesota Attorney General Keith Newsom. That's why them motherfucking Minnesotans, them Somalis was stealing, because they was all in cahoots one by one, man. But go back to the situation with Eli Omar's husband's company, which Fowler stated, see, him and the dude that used to work for the now, acting now, Attorney General of Minnesota, came in and got a motherfucking business adventure that didn't even have 15,000 to 50,000 in 2023, man. Then them folk was sued by multiple investors for stealing millions of dollars, and then them folk came up with the money like, whew, about the motherfucking win when he married Eli Omar and started a consulting firm called East Street Crew in the motherfucking middle of the pandemic. But then when them folks took that man to court in 2023, when Eli Omar was disclosing that she only had this type of money, that motherfucker was in a court lawsuit saying that he only had $750 combined in all his personal and business adventures bank accounts. But then the lawsuit points out that them motherfuckers came up with that money in 2020, in the end of 2022 and 2023. Haley returned $1.86 million on August of 2022 and another $500,000 on October of 2023, and reimbursed the rest in full of $1.2 million back to the people that him and his partners swindled out of that money. And you can believe that every dime, because them folks tell you between consulting fees and reimbursement fees, Haley ranked over $250,000 advancement, the DNC, that's the Democrats. And the pair also founded a political consulting firm, East Street Group, which ranked in almost $3 million alone for Omar's House campaign. You can believe that that's some of that fraud money, and the motherfucking Minnesota governor, mayor, and now we see why them folks wasn't prosecuted, because the Attorney General, he knew all them folks, and he helped them folks start that shit, and them folks gave him a kickback. Check his bank.